Hello everyone, my name is Arjun Golar. Hi guys, I am Aryan Golar. We both are studying in 8th grade in Bangalore. Today we will be walking you through our Python project, which is our calculator. What we are looking at right now is the complete brain of our calculator. This maps out everything from the exact second the user taps the button to how the system prevents crashes and displays the result. Our journey starts right here at the start node. The calculator is waiting, idling for the user input. The user types in their first number, chooses an operator like addition or division, and inputs the second number. Now, a basic calculator might just jump straight into math, but our calculator checks if the operator used is valid and safe. Like division. If the user chooses the operator as division and chooses the second digit as 0, our system just does not try to calculate it because dividing by 0 is mathematically impossible and would crash the system. But our logic instantly recognizes the mistake and displays the result as error and resets. If the answer is false, say the user is dividing by 2, the system gives the green light and we move into the actual engine. Now we hit the processing phase. The calculator checks the user inputs, does calculation in the background and displays the result. Now that we have looked at the underlying logic of the calculator, let's see how user actually interacts with it. This brings us to the GUI, the graphical user interface. I have created it to look clean, sleek and not confusing to the first time user. Now let us explain how we did it. What you're looking at right now is the user interface. You see the display screen. I have chosen large high contrast font so when the user reads it, it's instantly recognizable. I have defined button values, right symbols, stop symbols, and I have assigned different colors for each rows. Now that we've seen the logic on the paper and the interface on the screen, let's take a look at the engine under the hood, the code. Here we have used the custom Tkinter library to make a calculator in Python. Now this function is the main part of the calculator. This is the actual math engine. I have made it like this to make it look more organized. I have used different if else. Here I have used different if-else statements. If the operator value is plus, it loops to this part. If it's minus, it loops to this part. But my favorite part of this code base isn't just math. It's how the system prevents itself from crashing and runs smoothly. Here we have used the logic from the decision diamond from my flowchart and translated this into actual code. Now let us talk about the clear function. When user hits the clear button, the function gets executed. It clears the running total, changes the operator value back to the normal and keeps the program alive by looping it back to the starting state and prepared for the next calculation. Now that you have seen our flowchart, graphical user interface and the actual code, let's take a look at how this calculator works. Now let us do addition. 7 plus 6. It gives us the correct answer. Now let us do 7 into 7. It still gives us the correct answer. Now let us do 7 divided by 0. Now it should give us an error. It successfully did give an error. That's good. That was not smooth sailing. One of the bugs we ran into while development was not a crash. It was a visual bug which made the calculator look messy and unprofessional. When the user typed inputs like 2 plus 3, the calculator would do operation in the backend and display the result like 5.0. While the math is correct from the user standpoint, it looks unprofessional and messy. To solve this bug, we used a function called as remove zero decimal, which removed the decimal point off of the number before it got printed on the calculator's GUI and cleaned it up. Now I want to talk to you about one of the most difficult and frustrating parts of programming this calculator, the responsive layout design. You see, in the real world, users change everything. The design, they resize it and they hit the maximize button to view it in full screen. Now in the testing phase, when I hit the maximize button, the calculator was in the center, but the entire space was filled with black void. To solve this, we used to understand how GUI handles everything. So after doing some research, we got to know that we can use a tool called as Frame Pack Manager and an hidden property called as expand. By writing this statement frame.pack expand equals true, fill equals both, we solved this problem and now we can scale it up. Like this. Are very boring and does not look professional. So we have used Xcodes in Xcodes and copied from Google, which makes it looks more professional and polished. As you can see, we have changed this background color to yellow and the font foreground color to green. Then the foreground color to green. So when we run this code, it will be very different. As you can see, these colors are very different from the old one because we have changed them. If you wish, even you can change these codes according to your way. Now that we have looked at our responsive layout design, now we will look at how this project will be good in the future. Everyone knows that the project isn't perfect. If I were to launch the version 2.0 of this, first, I would like to transform this basic calculator into scientific advanced calculator. As you can see, our calculator uses basic operations like plus, minus, into and divide. Adding advanced mathematical functions such as exponents and trigonometry is incredibly easy. There's no need to rewrite this code. We just need to add new terminals in our math functions and new buttons in our frame grid. Now this calculator works perfect until the user hits the clear button. These three all will get deleted. Now I am planning to integrate a local storage disk or storage array in the calculator. So when the user does the calculation, it stores in the history so that the user can come back, check past equations or undo their mistakes. Now as you can see, the name Golar's calculator is visible at the top of the window. You too can name it whatever you want. Now everyone at some point will be tired of doing math in the calculator. So we have introduced a feature which no other calculator has. This new feature is games. We have created a games menu bar which lets you play a limited number of games. We'll be walking you through in our next video. As you can see, these are the games which we will be walking you through in our next video. In time and effort in watching our video. We would like to hear any feedback regarding our calculator Python project. Thank you for watching and have a great day.